Hello everyone and welcome to part 6 of my self-publishing journey. Today we'll be talking about money. More specifically, how much did it cost for me to get all of these services, the professional edit, the proofread, the cover design, formatting, as well as some other costs. So let me start by saying this. I hate talking about money. As a Swedish person, the subject of money is just really awkward. We don't really talk about that here. But I know that this is something that a lot of people are interested in, myself included. I watched many videos on this particular subject before going into the process myself, so that's why I'm doing it. I will be compiling what I paid for the edit, the proofread and the cover into one amount. As I have been very open with who I hired for these services and I don't want anyone to feel put on the spot. They might have given different rates to someone else and it wouldn't be fair to them if someone approached them because of these videos asking for the same rates. So now that I've got that out of the way, here we go. The total amount that I paid for a developmental and line edit, as well as proofread and the cover package, was 16,500 SEK, meaning about 1,525 euros or 1,815 US dollars. What is wrong with me today? I know that might sound like a lot of money, but it is actually quite cheap. According to my research, the rates for a developmental edit varies from editor to editor. And just to make it even more confusing, the rates vary depending on the genre as well. But the most common way for editors to put a price on their services is by word count, meaning they charge you per word rather than per hour. I took the liberty of sampling a chart from Readsy, which gives a good overview of the average rates. As you can see, it varies depending on what type of edit as well as genre. But as I said in my videos about hiring editors, many times you get a combination of developmental and line edit as well, although here they call it copy edit. And in that case, the rates are completely different. And if we look at the rates for proofreading, those are a lot cheaper since it's expected for the manuscript to be pretty clean at that point. In other words, it would be impossible to pinpoint exactly how much it's going to cost you to get your manuscript edited. The only thing you can do is to send a number of quote requests to different editors and see what rates they give you when they get back to you. As you might have noticed, what I ended up paying doesn't really match the average rates chart, and I believe there are a couple of reasons for that. The first one is that when I approached my editor with a quote request, I made it clear in my presentation of my book project how much time and effort had already been put into it before deciding to hiring an editor. I had written 5 drafts with the help of a critique partner and beta readers, and I gave her a sample that was very clean. So in other words, she could tell that helping me polish my manuscript would probably not take that much of effort on her part. The second is that I was open with being a first-time self-published author and therefore I had a limited budget. Many editors have different rates for self-published authors because they want to support the self-publishing industry and build working relationships both with indie authors as well as publishing houses. So yeah, I think it was a combination of these that gave me a better price in the end. But it's honestly just speculation. I mean, I wasn't going to question the price they gave me. So let's move on to cover design prices. Cover package prices range from anywhere between $300 to $1,500 US. That all depends on how experienced or well-known the designer is. The first designer I approached on Readsy actually did send me a quote for a $1,450 which was a bit discouraging. And then on the other side of the spectrum, you have ready-made covers that you can purchase pretty much off the rack if you don't care about having a cover designed specifically for your book. And I can really see this being a good option for non-fiction books in particular, but in my opinion, a novel should have its own cover. And then there are other costs, because of course there is. Formatting, for instance, as we know from my formatting video, can be done yourself if you have the right kind of software available and also know how to use it. But I ended up paying 3,300 SEK for my formatting, which is about 300 euros and 360 US dollars. Is this the cheapest option out there? I have no idea. Probably not. But I had limited time to get it done, so you could say that this was a purchase of desperation. But I still don't regret it. Another cost that many people might not immediately think about is the actual publishing cost. This is a kind of administration fee. Usually when choosing a publisher, more details on that in an upcoming video, you have to choose a package. Do you want to publish only an ebook or an ebook as well as paperback? Things like that. Based on the publisher and package you choose, the fee will of course differ. It will be more expensive to publish physical books compared to only publishing ebooks. That much is evident. I am using a European publisher called Books on Demand, and the package I chose there was the Comfort package for ebook and paperback. And it cost me 2,500 SEK, which is 230 euros or 275 US dollars. That brings us to a grand total of 22,300 SEK or 2,060 euros or 2,450 US dollars. Again, it looks like a lot of money at first glance, but I honestly don't think it's that bad. And remember, you don't pay for it all up front. This is accumulated over a period of almost 2 years in my case. All in all, it is impossible to say exactly how much money you or anyone else would have to spend in order to be able to self-publish your novel. Many authors simply just do everything themselves. They edit, they proofread, or ask a friend to proofread for free, and then they also do the formatting and the cover design themselves. I personally would not recommend that, but what do I know? I'm just speaking for myself, really. That is all I had to say on this subject, pretty much. As always, you can put any thoughts and questions in the comments below, and please remember to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this or found it useful. In my next video, I will be compiling my top 5 tips for aspiring authors based on my journey so far. So yeah, that will be up in a couple of days. So thank you so much for watching today, and I hope to see you back then.